Yo, what's going on, guys? So, I know about a week ago, I made a video where I tried to give some tips and tricks or whatever to, get better at the game, right? But it kind of fucking blew up, at least in my opinion, right? Like, it's almost at 1,000 views now, so I wanted to make another one, but it'd be, but be a little bit more in-depth, right? Kind of take my time with it and just explain a little, or a few more things a little thoroughly, right? So, first things first, you probably don't know me, right? So take it with a grain of salt. If I say something you don't like, at the end of the day, it's my opinion. Okay? So, like for an example, I think shooting range is the best way to get your aim up, right? You might think it's terrorist hunt, and if you think it's terrorist hunt, that's completely fine, right? Still, keep using terrorist hunt because I think terrorist hunt is still a great way to get your aim like better. You know what I mean? But point being, take whatever's said in this video with a grain of salt, right? I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to fucking tell you what to do because it's just a game, right? Have fun with it. But this is what's worked for me, right? I've been playing the game for over 8 years, right? I've been playing since beta. I've got a lot of time on the fucking game. As for how many hours, I don't know. I play on Ubisoft Connect, so I don't know if there's like a way to track my hours, but if I can find a way, I would gladly tell them. So, first things first is your aim. Aim is not exactly the most important thing in the game. I feel personally like game sense definitely goes a longer way, knowing what to do in what situations and stuff. Like knowing what operators to bring for what site, knowing who to bring to counter what, stuff like that, right? Where to push, why you should push there, stuff like that is a lot more important than the aim, in my opinion. Nonetheless, though, aim is still a massive factor in this game. So what's worked for me, at least recently, because this is a new addition to the game, I think it came out this season actually, but the shooting range, right? This is an amazing way to get your aim up. So what you can do is you can come over to this section of it, right? The third section. And I don't know if any of you have seen like Kovacs, right? Or aim labs, right? This is literally just that. So you can shoot the options thing. Brings up this, right? Here are all sensitivities and stuff like that, right? And in here though, this is the main thing. So you, fuck. So you have your round duration, right? Target type, target health, headshot only, on or off, right? Leave this on, especially if you're going to run dummies, because in this game you do want to hit headshots. But anyways, when you have your settings set up to what you like, begin, and then it'll spawn in, like, these types of things, right? Dummies, or it'll do, like, floating balls, or whatever the hell you set your setting to. And then this is, in my opinion, the best way to train your aim. So, stand still if you want and go like bam, 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 or, move your feet, right? Fucking terrible. Bam, 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 right? So, just take your time with it, though. You don't need to be fucking, like, all over the place, fucking like this straight away, right? Like, just take your time, right? Hit that, go over here. Hit that, go over here. Hit that. You know what I mean? Like, take your time. If you don't know your sense, right? Take your time. You do not need to be, like, just, like, randomly fucking flicking like an idiot if you don't know what you're doing, right? Obviously, you can work your way up to that, right? Like, I've recently changed my sense. Like, I'm not really going to be able to do it. And a little bit, but, like, see, it's not crazy accurate. I still need to work on my sense a bit, but you get the point, right? This is, without a doubt, one of the best ways in the game. So, yeah, utilize it. Alright. So, another method, one of my all-time favorites, T-Hunt. What I would recommend, right? Go someone like Dokkaebi or Twitch or just someone with a DMR, right? Whatever scope you want to train with, put it on the gun. I use this one, right? Because it's fucking 3x, 2.5, all that shit, yeah? Just put whatever fucking scope on that you want to train with. Even if it's like a 1x, like Reflex A, you can slap that on, right? Then load into the T-Hunt with a DMR with any sight of your choosing, right? So, when you're in, great way to get your aim up. Also, make sure you're on headshot only. To do that, go options, general, matchmaking preferences, and then in matchmaking preferences, there's an option that'll be like headshot only for training grounds or whatever this shit's now called. But anyways, so this buckle here is where you want your crosshair to be. So you want to aim for heads on stage, right? You don't want to aim for like bodies and stuff, because it is a one-shot headshot game. You walk around with your crosshair at this level, okay? That level of the buckle. Say I want to peek this door, right? I don't want to be like this. Right? You will die if you peek someone like this majority of the time, unless you know that they're prone, okay? So walk around, be ready for the headshot, right? This is where their head's gonna be, unless they're like crouched or something. But if they're crouched, right, you can just go straight down like that, right? So it's a lot of the time though, people are standing. If they're crouched, they're probably a fucking gremlin at the game and should uninstall. right? See? Walk around like this. Now, the reason why I have a DMR, right? You don't want to walk around with a fucking full auto gun and just keep mag dumping everything, hoping that with one of the fucking 30 bullets you shoot, you headshot. You want to make sure that you're going for the headshot on the very first shot, right? Use a DMR. See? And just tap fire. Do not spam fire. It'll help you train to be able to, like, actually hit them in the head on the first shot. Say there's a guy right there, right? And I have a full auto gun, right? Oh, finally hit my headshot. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, you can hit it the first time. It's definitely better. Yeah, I'm horrible, but yeah, you get the point. Here's a little, like, footage, I guess. I'll just, like, walk around and show you what I'm talking about. Ready? So, doorways, okay? Head level. Do not look like this, please. I hate seeing that shit in the game. So annoying. This will, like, literally get you so many more kills. If you normally walk around like this and you start doing this, you're literally gonna triple your fucking kills every day. No joke. Ready? Just walk around, right? Head level. You don't need to be quick with it either, right? Like, you can walk around and then readjust your aim. Like, see, I don't need to, like, quick peek and shit, unless I want to, like, practice for that, right? I'm not going to get into quick peeking in this video, but there are multiple ways to do it. But yeah, just, like, go like this, right? Walk around, you know, not to be, like, fucking annoying or whatever and drag this on, but it's really important. Probably the most important tip in the video. Walk around, peeking your doors and stuff like this, right? Head level. See? See how my crosshair is lined up with the buckle? There. Alright, I'll shut the fuck up now. Next topic. Alright, very brief. You're on the menu, click play, quick play, arcade, right? Hit the settings button, turn on free for all, and then turn everything else off. Maybe deathmatch. Deathmatch, there's less people, but, you know, still the same thing. And, just, yeah, literally, you can practice on actual players, but you get to respawn. So, yeah, fucking try that shit out sometimes. Don't use that as, like, the only fucking method, you know what I mean? It's still good to be able to go into shooting range and just to actually focus on just getting your aim better. Alright, another very important tip. It actually has nothing to do with the game, right? Just comes down to your setup. So you're gonna want to make sure that you have, you know, the best graphic settings and stuff, right? In terms of whatever your PC can run. Like, say you have a 240 hertz monitor, right? Don't have your fucking refresh rate set to 50 hertz, right? Because you're literally crippling yourself. You have a 144 hertz monitor, just any, like, whatever the fuck your monitor is, right? For hertz, that's what you want to go for. When it comes to FPS. So say you have a 144 hertz monitor, but you're only on 60 FPS, but you have your graphics settings and everything at the absolute max, right? Then turn them down. Because, like, sure, I mean, some people want the game to look good, but at the same time, it's much better to have it feel good, you know what I mean? So, fucking keep VSync off, by the way, fuck that shit. Um, Other thing, though, your setup needs to be comfortable. Don't have a fucking shitty, like, dining room chair that fucking hurts your back if you're sitting down for 20 minutes. You're just gonna fucking hate playing the game. It's like that, you know. Make sure you have something comfortable, and even just something as simple as like having a fucking drink nearby. You know what I mean? Like having water on your desk or some shit. Um, Make sure there's no like cords running over your fucking mouse pad. Like make sure your keyboard's not hanging off your desk or something because you fucking like, you know, pressed your W key a bit too aggressively. Like just make sure it's like comfortable. Everything's where it needs to be, and should be good. Another thing is your sense, right? Your sensitivity. You want to make sure you have a good sense. I'll give you mine in case you want it, but it's kind of shitty. Um, thing with sense is it's very, you know, different from person to person. You can't just slap on Bolo's sense and be Bolo, right? Like he's just used to that sense. That's what, you know, he is acclimated to. So that's just what he runs, right? Um, Here's mine though. So 10-10, fucking that right there. You can try it out. And like, who knows? Right? You could slap on Bolo Sense and be a fucking demon with that shit. But you could also put it on and like fucking start shooting the floor because you don't know how to control the recoil on that sense, right? So just find something that works for you, right? Fine tune things yourself. Okay. So another thing as well, that'll really help you with just being a better player in general and hitting champ, right? Uh, the metas. So the game switches a lot with its metas, right? For like who's good, who's bad, um, stuff like that. Just like what operators you should play, which ones you shouldn't. Like for an example, Cav, right? Like fuck this bitch, dude. She's terrible. Absolutely fucking useless, especially in like champ rank. Like you're not really gonna have any crazy fucking moments on Cav, right? Like you're much better bringing someone like Mute over a fucking Cav, or like Legion maybe. Legion's getting a huge buff actually, so this guy's gonna be crazy next season, and I'm gonna go into the meta for next season here in a minute, just so everyone can to be ready for it, because I do think it is gonna shift a bit, because at some point Warden's losing his 1-5 and Iana's losing her nades. So yeah, I do feel like the meta's gonna switch a bit, especially with Ram too. It's at the moment the meta's more of like a run and gun, swing or be swung type fucking goofy shit, right? Like people are just playing ops for the guns, which I mean, like sure, whatever, right? Um, but with Ram, it's gonna make it a little bit more tactical, I'd say, right? Because people got to go vert with Ram and stuff, or at least it's beneficial to, rather than just grab her and run in sight. Um, because yeah, like with Ram, you can get a lot of kills, right? You can stack up a lot of fucking kills and win a lot of rounds if you use her properly. So I feel like it's gonna be really beneficial for people to actually use her for her gadget and stuff too. Um, but yeah, like Warden losing his 1-5 and Iana losing the nades, though that's also like really big. So you'll see more people playing like ops, like Bandit and stuff. I would think, right? Just more tactical ops, you could say, rather than just someone that has a fucking 1-5. Um, obviously that's just a fucking theory, but if you can be ready for that, then you'll set, to be honest. Just protect the metas a little bit and get ahead of everyone. Another major thing in Siege is the game sense, right? It's much more important than actually having good aim. You're all aim, no brains. Majority of the time, you're not going to hit champ unless you're in a 5 stack and you're kind of like carrying in terms of the game sense. Now, to get better game sense, all you really got to do is just play the fucking game, to be honest. Like, you can't really, teach yourself game sense or anything. It's just kind of something that comes with experience. When I'm talking about game sense, I'm talking about like what to do in certain scenarios, right? Like, say you are, attacking initiation on team and there's a mute with a shotgun next to the vending machine or something like that. How do you play that? And I know it's a really basic fucking scenario, right? And it all depends on what op you are and stuff. It's about knowing what to do in certain situations, not necessarily map knowledge though. Map knowledge you can learn very easily. Literally just go options, right? Matchmaking preferences, headshot only. There's the headshot only setting, by the way, for those of you wondering, right? And then here are all your maps, every map in the game. Um, would I recommend learning casual maps? No, just for the fact that next season they're removing some of them and stuff, right? Um, focus on the ranked maps, right? So Oregon, right? Clubhouse, Consulate, Bank, Canal, Chalet, stuff like that. Go here, right? Say I don't know Oregon, but I want to learn it. Turn Oregon on, turn any other map off, apply, and whenever you start a T hunt, you'll be in Oregon. You can do it in custom games too if you don't want to like kill any AIs or whatever the hell. Terrorists, right? And just run around, literally, just learn the map. That's the best way to learn it, just to get like first-hand experience. You know what I mean? All right, we are almost done. Just fucking bear with me. So, real quick, um, when it actually does come to game sense, you can kind of sort of learn some things, right? Just watch shit like Pro League, though, right? You'll see why they bring certain operators for certain objectives. You'll see how they push these sites, what they do if there's, you know, a certain setup, right? So it will help a little bit, but there's only so much that can give you, right? Like you still got to experience the game for yourself, have shit happen, right? Um, like getting spawn peaked, right? You might think like, oh, that's a bad thing, right? But in the long run, it's like it can be a beneficial thing as long as you take it the right way. So if you get spawn peaked, you're like, how the fuck did I die? I don't even see the guy, right? But then something you can do in that situation is learn from it, right? So watch the kill cam, see where he was, see what window he's in, see what door he's in, see where he ran out from, you know what I mean? And then fucking remember that, right? So the next time you're leaving that spawn, right, on the same map, just look at that thing, right? You can pre-drone it as well, right? Stuff like that. Just learn from your mistakes. You know what I mean? Like if you, there's a ton of fucking examples I can use. It's just Literally learn from your mistakes. If something bad happens and you're playing with teammates and they're like, "Oh, you're fucking terrible," whoa, 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 right? Like, don't take shit. Just at the end of the day, like if you did fuck up a little bit, it's not the end of the world. It's a fucking video game, right? Just learn from it, and I guarantee you'll get better. That is probably like one of the most important things that I could give you in terms of advice. Learning from your mistakes is fucking massive with Siege because there are so many just stupid small fucking things. Like, let's say you're on theme park, right? And you're trying to push cafe and you get C4'd from below, from a pre-place, and you just had no clue that that was a thing. Well, now you do, right? So like you can take so many beneficial things from dying in the fuck. I don't know what happened there, but you can take so many beneficial things from dying in the game. Like you might think, oh my god, like now I'm sat here on fucking cams the rest of the round. Oh, another thing, use fucking cams, please. Like if you're dead, sit on cams. But anyways, like I was saying, um, you might die and be like, oh fuck, well now I'm on cams the rest of the round or whatever, and then you're bored or you fucking whip out your phone, right? But just learn from your mistakes. And some of them I wouldn't even say are like necessarily mistakes, as in, oh, you fucked up. Some of it's literally just you didn't know, right? There's just not really a way to know unless you already kind of know about it, like the pre-place type thing, especially if you're a new player. So yeah, just have fun with the game though, guys. Don't fucking sweat it, right? If you fuck up and die and your teammates are whining and bitching, at the end of the day, it's a game, right? Tell them to shut the fuck up and move on with your day. Been real though. Just real quick, I do stream daily on Kick. I think I have the overlay on. If I do, that is my fucking bad. I probably should have took that off. But I just recently hit 100 followers, and if you could go follow there, that would be pretty sick. I stream daily, so if you want to talk to me on there, just type something in the chat, and I will back you as soon as I can. Been real though, guys. Just remember, it is a fucking game. Do not let people fucking push you around over it, over small fucking stupid brain dead things. Been real though.